Karl, let's get your take on this latest spin.
Well, first of all, can we have a little context here? Census Bureau says that in 2017, these are the most recent numbers available, the total spending by state and local governments on police was about $115 billion, and on corrections about $78 billion, for a total of $193 billion. Federal aid to local law enforcement in 2019 amounted to $264 million. These are programs, a lot of them established during the Clinton years, the COPS program. So we're talking about the federal government is providing less than just over 1/10 of 1% of the aid to state and local governments. So this is largely a state and local government issue. Tell me one Republican mayor who has said, I want to cut my police budget. And I could show you a dozen Democratic mayors and Democratic city councils that have said, yeah, let's cut the police budget, starting with my own hometown here, Austin, Texas. Our mayor was a big campaigner for Pete Buttigieg, hoped to join the Buttigieg cabinet, and the council is largely Democrat in a Democrat town. These are the people who are cutting it. Jen Psaki was disingenuous to Peter Doocy. How much money is the President Biden talking about giving state and local governments for police assistance this year? She can't give you a number because they literally are writing the guidelines, and the president talked about we're going to give money to cities that want to apply that are having an increase in violence. Well, the only cities that, in my opinion, that are going to ask for that money are cities that are already saying we can't cut our police, we need to put more police and more resources on the street. Not the cities that are cutting like New York and San Francisco and Oakland and so forth.
Oh, yeah, so we just showed that map of all the cities that have defunded the police. Crime is going up everywhere, across the city, well, everywhere. Look at this, Atlanta, New York, Portland, Chicago, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, all across America, Karl. Just look at this from a political lens for me. How does a rise in crime affect, one, the Biden agenda, but also the possibility for the midterm elections in 2022? The Republicans need to win how many seats in order to change control in the chamber? And is this issue something the Democrats got to pay attention to?
Yeah, they do, because they got only a 5-seat majority in the House, and it's a 50-50 Senate, so they lose a seat net in the Senate. There's a Republican Senate, and they lose 5 seats in the House, then it's a Republican House. Look, elections are about choices, and they are about the different philosophies of the two parties. And it is clear, you mentioned a list of cities that have cut their police budgets. Every single one of those has a Democrat mayor. Every one of those has a Democrat majority. In fact, in many instances, an exclusive hold on the city council, meaning there are no Republicans on the city council, or maybe 1 or 2 out of a dozen. So the Democratic Party has got a problem. Now, maybe there are Democrats, and I know there are Democrats who say, I don't want to defund the police, but right now the energy, particularly at the state and local level, particularly at the local level, is with Democrats like the Squad saying we need to reduce the amount of money we're spending on law enforcement and reimagine the police by replacing people with guns with people with caring hearts and open ears and a willingness to hear the concerns of those who are being forced into violence against their will.
Karl Rove, always good to see you on it's a Tuesday. Feels like a Monday this morning.
Tuesday.
Thank you so much.
Exactly.
Good to see you.
You bet.
So, Trace, when the White House started using that spin, I have to say that I was like, when you are that disingenuous, it can come back around and smack you in the back of the head and cause even more problems.
Well, Karl's right. I mean, there are no Democratic mayors or Republican mayors saying, let's defund the police. We've done that story many times. And when you have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez coming out saying, maybe walk back these defund the police statements, it's not polling well. It's not. And it's just it's completely unfair and untrue. And that's why it's going to backfire on them, I think. Yep.